Hello and welcome back to the course on Tableau. And in today's tutorial, we will be talking about the differences between data joining and data blending to get that topic out of the way once and for all. And also we will look at when it is appropriate to do a data blend in Tableau. So let's get straight to it. For today, we will need our data set. We need to go to superdatascience.com/Tableau. If you scroll down here to section 5, joining and blending data, you will need the second data set, which is Amazing Mart EU. Now, I won't download it because I already have it. It's basically the same one that we worked with in section 4. So let's open that up and have a look at it. There it is. So here you can see, that this data set has 3 tabs. We've already talked about it, but we'll just quickly recap. So the list of orders tells us, gives us a list of orders that had been conducted for the store, the date when the order was placed, customer name, the city, country, region, whether it was a home office that the order was placed for, or it was a consumer or corporate office, different types of customers basically, shipping date, shipping mode, and the state of the country. Order breakdown gives us a breakdown of each order by the product that was contained within that order. So basically this field order ID is not unique in this tab because sometimes orders have multiple items within them. So here you can see an example that this order had both Boston markers and Eldon folders. And then the discount on the order, the sales, the profit, not on the order, actually on the product. The discount on the product, the sales on the product, profit on the product, quantity, category, so whether it was office, supplies, furniture, or technology, and subcategory. So what we will be interested in today is actually this field category. It will be important for us. And also we've got the sales target tab, which gives us targets for the 3 different departments, which are furniture, office supplies, and technology. And it gives us the targets for the different months of the data set. So what the dollar value targets were for each of these departments for a certain month. So that's our data set. And what we will be looking to do today is we will want to compare how the departments are meeting or not meeting their targets. But the caveat here is that that is not the only thing that we want to visualize. So it is only part of a greater dashboard that we're creating. So remember that dashboard that we created previously with the map, and it was showing us different items. So I'll just bring that up actually just so we remember what we're talking about. So I'll open up Tableau. And remember this dashboard here in section 4 that we created, which had the different maps of the different regions, and then how the customers were, which customers were profitable, which weren't profitable, and so on. So we still want to be able to create all of this information, but at the same time, we want to be able to analyze how the departments are performing, how the different departments are performing. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to close this workbook and we'll start a new one. And that's just because I want every section to be independent, so you can just pick up from any section and start working on it. So we're going to create a new connection. We're going to create a connection to our Excel file. And the Excel file is Amazing Mart EU. And here we've got our 3 tabs. So we will recreate the join that we created previously. So basically, we want order breakdown because here it's got the sales. And those are the values of the sales, and we need to compare the sales to the targets. But the order breakdown tab does not have information on the date. It does have the category, which is good, but doesn't have the date of the order. So we need the list of orders file. So we'll take list of orders, we'll connect it to order breakdown. That creates an inner join. And now we have the order date. Then we have the sale that was generated on that item. And we have the category under which the item falls, which is perfect. And we still have all of this other information that we need for the rest of the dashboard, which we just looked at. Now the question is, how do we add sales targets into here? And the thing is that we can't just simply drag it in and create another join here. Well, it does work, but we're actually doing a very incorrect thing by doing that. And I have created a few slides, a few PowerPoint slides, just to explain exactly what's going on. So let's have a look. Here, we've got two tables that we want to join. So the table A plus B that we've already created through a join, and the table C, which is our sales targets. Table A plus B has information on order ID, has the date, has some more information, has the item within that order, has the category within which the item falls, and it has the sales that was generated on the item. And also, of course, there's lots and lots of other columns in there. And as you can see here, there are instances where the order ID is duplicated because it might consist of many items. So that's how our table looks, the table that we've created, table A plus B. Now we've also got table C, which we want to connect, or somehow we want to link these two so that we can compare the sales to the targets. But the thing is that the table C has a very different level of granularity. The level of granularity here is not item. So here, the level of granularity is actually at an item level for each individual order. Whereas here, the table is much less granular. It's got month, it's got category, and it's got the target. So what that means is that if we do want to connect these two tables, then what will happen is we will have to roll this table up. We will have to roll it up by date and category in order to match this level of granularity. So basically, we will lose information on order ID, and we will lose information on item. We will lose all of the information except for date and category, and then we'll be able to take the sum of sales for that specific month, for that specific category, and compare it to the target. And basically, that was what it means. We're losing all of the other information if we're going to roll this table up. And that would have been fine if that is what we were looking for. If that is the only thing that we wanted, to compare the total sales for a certain month, for a certain category to their target, that would have been fine. But we can't do that because we still need to create the rest of the dashboard. Remember that caveat that we need to be able to create the rest of the dashboard, so we need the rest of this information. So that way we can't just roll up this table and join it to this table. And moreover, I'm just going to end this. So moreover, in Tableau, if we were to drag sales targets here, it doesn't actually roll the data up for us. What it does is just performs an inner join. And as you recall, when there are many fields, so it's joining here, you can see it's joining on category equals category. It's not even including month. And when that happens, it's duplicating lots of rows. So basically what just happened here is a whole another mess. And if we wanted to even perform that rolled up join, we would have to work on this a little bit. But the good news is we don't have to do that because we can use a blend. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to see how we can use data blending in order to connect these two data sources. So right now we have one data source, which is called list of orders plus. So I'm just going to rename this list of orders plus order breakdown. That's good. And now we're going to create another data source, Excel, and the same file, but this time only the sales targets. And now if we go to our sheet, you will see we have two data sources, list of orders plus order breakdown and sales targets. So remember we talked about blending in the previous tutorial. Well, now we know that blending is a very smart join that can happen on the fly. And we're going to take advantage of that. We're going to create the visualization that is required through blending rather than joining. And we're going to do that in the next tutorial. And today we're going to finish up on this, on the reason why we won't be doing a join, but rather we're going to be doing a blend. And just to recap, the reason is that in this particular case, we would have had to aggregate our this data set. We would have had to aggregate our data set and we would lose information. So basically the level of granularity of the two data sets is different, and therefore we cannot perform a join. And so that's one of the reasons why you would ever want to do a blend rather than a join. And there's also a second reason why you would want to do a join. And that is actually a bit more straightforward. It's when you are not able to do a join because the data sources are different. So if, for example, your other data source is not the same Excel file, but is rather, say, a CSV file or a Tableau server file or a MySQL, a Microsoft SQL database or something like that. If the data sources are different, then Tableau won't let you do a join. You will have to be blending the data. So just keep that in mind, that there's two reasons why you would want to do a blend. One is a different level of granularity of the data sets, and number two is the data sets are just basically different types of data sources. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and next time we will create this blend. It'll be quite an exciting and very visual tutorial. So I look forward to seeing you then, and until next time, happy analyzing.